If you're listening to this, you're about to experience history. The first ever edition of Wake Up the Echoes, live and in person, is upon us. We recorded it at Brothers on Eddy Street last Thursday, November 14th. It is so exciting to be able to present this to you. We had a great conversation with Micah Shrewsberry, Niele Ivey, Markus Burton, and Hannah Hidalgo. Thank you to all the fans that came out to support us at Brothers. It was so good to see so many faces in the crowd, and we had some great conversations with everybody. So it was a thrill to take Wake Up the Echoes on the road, live and in person, and it was a great conversation. So excited for you to listen to it now. If you weren't able to make it, here's the conversation on this week's edition of Wake Up the Echoes. Okay, here we go. Welcome, everybody, to Wake Up the Echoes Live. All right, a couple of thank yous before we get started tonight. Thank you, first of all, to everyone that has made it out here. We have people that drove from West Virginia, from the state of Ohio. I don't know if anybody goes further than that, but we really appreciate everyone's fanhood. And I'm excited. We're going to talk some women's basketball, then some men's basketball. I also want to thank our friends here at Tire Rack. We have some Tire Rack people in the house. They make this whole thing possible, so let's clap it up for TireRack.com. Okay, also, keep an eye out for this card around the bar. There's a QR code. If you want to submit a question, a fan question for either Coach Ivey or Hannah Hidalgo, you can do that, and we'll get to that before we let them go. Same applies for Coach Shrewsberry and Coach Burton. We also have this bag here, which if you submit a question, you are then eligible to win a bag. There's all kinds of stuff in here. We've got a mini basketball, we've got a koozie, we got rally towels, we got all kinds of stuff. All right. Okay, so, Coach and Hannah, this is our Spinning Your Wheels segment. It's presented by TireRack.com. We do this all the time on the show, but I actually think, Coach Ivey, you're our first coach to be on the Spinning Our Wheels segment.
Great.
So we're going to spin the wheel, and we're going to play a game with you guys. Okay? This is actually like a fan favorite. It's why people drove from West Virginia to spin this wheel. You want to spin it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. Is it a question for me or Coach Ivey?
You spin it, and we're going to decide what game we play.
Okay.
Oh, look at that. Know your
perfect.
teammate. Okay. This is going. You have a couple teammates here, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Kassan Prosper is here.
Kassan Prosper, who was a guest a couple days ago on Wake Up the Echoes. Give it up for Cass. Yeah. Okay, this can cause some issues in the locker room, I want you to know.
Okay.
Because these are questions about who is most likely to on the team. So what I'll do is I'll ask Hannah, you'll give your answer, then we'll move to Coach, and we'll see if we're going to hurt any feelings about who's most likely to do the following things. On the team, who is the most likely to remember your birthday?
Cass.
What? Wow.
Cass.
And that's why she's here probably.
That's
okay.
why.
That was
Hey,
quick.
Lindsay. Yeah.
Is she that good of a teammate?
That's my girl.
Okay.
That's my dog.
Who would you have said, Coach?
For her, Cass.
Really?
No question.
No question.
No.
Holy cow. Okay, nice.
They're
You can't
besties.
just say, okay, she can't be the answer for everyone.
Okay,
I'm just getting that out of
she
the way.
won't. She won't.
Okay.
She probably won't.
Okay, this is kind of the opposite of this. Who is the most likely to take a week to respond to a text?
Okay. Me? I'm going to say Maddie.
Oh, she was just on the show. She did a nice job.
I'm going to agree.
Okay, Maddie Westbeld is
Yes.
the pick. Now, why is that?
I heard she's really Hollywood. So,
Okay.
So I heard she just forgets to get
Too
back
big
to
time.
people. Yeah, she's pretty big time.
Okay.
I
Is she
would
not
say
getting back to your text?
Just
or what?
forgetful.
Forgetful.
I would say forgetful.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, this one, I don't know how you answer this one. I'll start with you, Coach. Who's the most likely on the team to win the lottery?
Sarah.
Why do you say that?
She's the first person I thought of.
Solid.
And she's the sweetest. I don't know. She just
Okay.
lucky.
I'm gonna say Liza.
Okay.
Liza. No reason. Just
has good luck.
just-
Luck of the
just
Irish.
Liza, yeah.
Okay. Most likely to drop and break their phone.
You wanna go first? Go ahead.
You go first.
Okay.
Your teammate.
It's kind of forgetful. It's kind of the same person that might not text you back, right?
Yeah. I mean, but no. I'm gonna say to drop and break their phone. Oh, KK. Yeah,
Okay.
KK.
Has she
KK.
done it? Have you seen it on a trip or no?
Yeah, I mean, she's lost her phone overseas and all that other stuff. Yeah, she's most likely to.
I was gonna say Kylie. Those two are connected.
Oh,
for sure.
okay.
I could see that happening.
We
to
talked a
Kylie.
little bit about Kylie the other day on the show.
Yeah. I
And
can
it
see
was
that
mostly
happening.
good. Did she take that well? Did the message ever get back to her or no?
Shoot.
Okay. Okay. All right. Most likely to cancel plans to take a nap instead. Who's sleeping on the
KK.
road?
KK, for
Oh,
sure.
exposed.
KK, absolutely.
So she's just napping the whole time.
Yeah,
She
she'll
loves to
sleep
sleep.
anywhere, outside, on the floor.
She
She's
was
gonna sleep.
sleep at a football game. Knocked
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
Okay. This is an appropriate one. Last one. Who is the most likely to start a podcast?
Hannah
Really?
and Cass.
She could just come sit down here right now.
Literally.
I know. That'd be a great
Have
podcast.
you ever thought about doing a podcast?
Yeah, I mean, we talked about it, but it hasn't been done.
What would you
no.
talk about on this podcast?
We have no idea. We were asking fans, like, what we would talk about, what we should talk about. Like, it doesn't always have to be basketball, you know, like just what our life looks like and, you know, just have guests. But
Okay.
it has never followed through. I'm actually going to say Maddie.
Interesting. What would she try to talk about on a podcast?
Health.
She was telling me about nutrition the other day.
Yeah,
She's very passionate about
she
this.
She is very. She's going to talk about that, nature.
Has any of her nutrition rubbed off on you?
Yeah, she made salads for games.
Oh.
And I had some. She actually made this like fruit juice, and I was like, wow, this is pretty. I took a screenshot and everything.
Okay. That leads me to a question for you, Coach. I hear you're a big chef. You cook quite a bit. Is that true? You cook quite a bit?
That is not true.
It's not true? Are there meals at your house that you host?
My brother and sister-in-law.
Oh,
cook,
okay.
But I have a chef from Chicago that cooks for us.
What are the meals like at your house?
He actually just cooked today for us after our workout, and it was steak, chicken, salmon, and he grilled it at my house and brought it over.
Okay.
Mac and cheese, sweet potato, kale salad.
This is just sounding like a Thanksgiving
broccoli.
meal that you're
I know.
gearing up for.
Yeah,
Yep.
it was, and pasta.
Okay.
It's what the girls wanted, so it was fantastic.
What are those meals like when you head over and grab a meal? Do you ever get over there, and what's your favorite go-to with that?
The salad's really fire. I mean, I would just eat that, honestly. You know, it's always just something to look forward to, and just time to fellowship with my teammates, my coaches, so it's nice.
I want to talk a little hoops first before we shift back to a topic that I know is near and dear to her heart. But yesterday, Coach, we talked the other day, you're averaging close now to 100 points per game. What's working for you guys right now? You look so good out there.
Yeah, we're a balanced attack. We have so many weapons. So just the way that we can score all three levels. We have size. We have three-point shooters. We have great guards that can get downhill. We have mismatches in the post and scoring in the paint. So just collectively, just a lot of contribution from pretty much everyone. And our pace is really fast. We're in really, really incredible shape. So just playing fast, I think, has been kind of the key. But just having a lot of offensive weapons has been awesome to see.
For you, Hannah, getting Olivia back, what's that experience been like? Because it just looks so fun to have you guys both out there at the same time.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Liv, she's a phenomenal guard, and just her ability to see the floor and her ability to push the ball in transition. She's super fast, and she's super smart, you know. She draws a lot of attention on offense, and so it just makes it so much easier, and it opens it up for everybody.
Can we talk a little bit about Kate's night last
Yeah.
night? The
Right,
double-double. What was it, 16 rebounds,
Yeah.
6 blocks?
Yes.
When you get those kind of contributions, that has to go a long way, doesn't it?
Absolutely, and she's a freshman, so she's in the fire right now. She's learning by experience, and I think every game she's getting better and better, more comfortable. She's understanding the physicality of the collegiate level.
Yeah.
And she just looks really good. It's just fun to see her kind of coming into her own. She's very confident, and you know, we've known it. We've watched her this summer in the preseason, so it's nice to see it translate on the court with us.
What's your role like now that you've been through it for a year, Hannah? Do you try to bring someone like her along? Like, what do you have to do with younger players? What's your leadership role like now?
I think just more communication. That's definitely been my biggest thing, and I think that's been the biggest thing that I've improved on throughout the summer. Just having more of a vocal voice, you know, just being that vocal leader, and just, you know, Kate, she's learning, but she's extremely smart. She knows the game really well, so she fit right in. She knows exactly what she's doing. She picks up plays well, and so she's fitting in great.
Okay, a topic I've always wanted to talk to you about, Coach, fashion. I've been at this university now for 9 years, and since I've been here, the way the women's basketball team shows out on the floor is second to none across the country. Why is that so important to you guys, and where does the passion for fashion come from?
Well, yeah, I just love kind of showing my femininity on the court. I love walking in my power. I love looking classy. It's like a stage. You get a chance to kind of walk and have confidence in the swag and the aura. And it's kind of taken off a life of its own. I was assistant and dressed up under Muffet staff and kind of carry that over as being a head coach. But my whole staff dresses well. And the team, they have their own swag. Everybody has their personalities that they get a chance to showcase through fashion, and it's a lot of fun.
How do you decide what you're going to wear? That's like my number one issue. When I leave the house, I'm colorblind as well. So I'll go to my wife and I'll say, can you please help me put an outfit together? And she's so fed up because I never am matching. How do you figure out how you're going to dress for each game?
Yeah, well, it's a mood for me, so it's like a game day mood. So I have a bunch of, my whole closet's organized. And I have like all my pants lined up and my blouses and everything color coordinated. And then I just don't wear the opponent's color. That's like my biggest thing.
That's the number one thing.
We're playing Louisville, red is out. Not wearing red. That's the only thing that is like a prerequisite. Like I know that. And then it's like a mood. So depending on my hairstyle, like maybe I wear slacks or a dress or whatever the case may be. It's kind of a feel, a game day feel. And then the girls, when I walk in, I'm like, okay, that was good. Because they'll tell me, okay, coach, all right, they'll tell me.
So you'll give feedback to coach?
Oh, yeah, they give me feedback right away.
Sure.
Now, is there ever negative feedback or constructive criticism in the feedback?
Hopefully I've been doing well so they don't have it because they never tell me if it's bad. But I know by the way that they look and they'll say, oh, okay.
I
Sometimes
see Hannah
it's
looking
calm.
at you. Has there ever been...
I mean, Coach Ivey's never put on a bad fit,
Okay.
Like, you go to her page, like, she really puts it on. So.
Okay, you know how to make the head coach feel the way... I got you.
They're so sweet. If they did feel that way, they'll never tell me.
Okay. Yeah, I got to say, anytime I see you guys on the floor, it's a good look for the team. Another topic that's a little bit I want to be educated on is something, Hannah, you're very passionate about.
Yeah.
I have a source that told me currently you're very into perfume, fragrances.
Yeah.
Can you tell me where that passion came from and tell me everything that you can about it, because I know very little.
I mean, I got it from my dad, honestly. He has a whole collection. I mean, he has like over 100 perfumes, colognes. So it started back then. My sister was big in perfumes too. He got her into perfumes, but it's really nothing that really goes into it. It's just like kind of like what you like. I have a whole bunch of different perfumes, from $100 perfumes, $300 perfumes, and I kind of just buy what I like.
Really? Okay, so you just go to a perfume store or a place that sells perfumes, and do you look for a certain scent? Like, how does one identify a scent that works for them? You just go there and give it a whiff?
Yeah, I mean, they give you see, hey, can I smell that perfume? And then,
goes on the wrist,
it goes on the wrist. It's better if it goes on the wrist because different perfumes smell different on people's body. Like, they smell different. So it might smell good on you, but might smell bad on me. So it's best to try it on your wrist. And you just go, you smell it, you let it sit for a couple hours, and that's how you really can tell if you really like a perfume or not. And then you buy it if you like it. If not, I mean, I'm more of like a gender neutral, like sweeter kind of smell. I don't like flowery smells too much. Different notes like sandalwood, like things like that.
Okay. Now, can you play with a perfume on, or that's
yeah, absolutely.
So
I put perfume on every day for every game, for every practice. I have a stash of perfumes in my locker for practice, and then at home I have my collection at home too. So I put it on all the time.
I didn't know that.
Really? It's all in my
See,
locker.
I knew we'd unearth something in this conversation that we didn't know yet. Okay, now here's a question.
That huddle was so sweet.
Does the huddle smell good?
Yeah, it all smells good.
That's actually nice. A good smelling huddle is probably rare.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Let's say you have a game and you're not playing well. Will you switch up the fragrance to see if you can get out of a funk?
No.
You would never change even if it wasn't going well, you wouldn't change the fragrance. It's always the same game day fragrance.
No, I don't have a game day fragrance. It's just how I feel. Like if I feel, I'm like, okay, I want to smell this way for this game, then I'll put on this perfume. I change my perfume every day for the most part.
Okay, keep it moving. Okay, let's talk Thanksgiving a little bit. You guys are going to the Cayman Islands. I went on a women's basketball trip 5 years ago. It would be the last trip before the pandemic. It was around Thanksgiving. So when you were in Memphis, it was a blast. What do you always hope to get out of these Thanksgiving holiday trips? Because I get the sense like it's the best time of year to kind of hang out and really bond as a team.
Absolutely. I think for me, I'm always trying to give them an experience. We went to a foreign tour. We went to Greece and Croatia. And then I feel like Thanksgiving is an opportunity, number one, to get out of the winter, out of the snow, to find somewhere warm where you can, again, they can get to see the world differently. And then you get matchups, great matchups. So I like finding great tournaments to match the experience, because I always think it's about the student-athlete experience. So that's the reason. And we have 2 great matchups in Utah and TCU. You know, so Utah was a NCAA tournament team. So we're going to also play some great games, but they'll also get a chance to enjoy the beach, go snorkeling, and, again, get a chance to see a part of the world that maybe they wouldn't have that opportunity to see.
Okay, I want to get your input, but we're going to take a quick break real quick, okay? Take a quick break, and we'll come back with women's basketball right after this. Let's clap it up. Okay, we are back at Wake Up the Echoes Live, presented by TireRack.com. Yeah, let's give it up for Niele Ivey and Hannah Hidalgo. Come on. Okay. All right, so far, so good, I think, in this live show, guys. They still have the mics running, which means we haven't done anything to get us in trouble, so that's always a good sign. We were talking a little bit about the trip to the Caymans. This is actually our Cooler Conversation segment, presented by Yeti. Hannah, I want to know from your standpoint, you went on a trip last year. What are you most looking forward to on this trip to the Cayman Islands in your second year at Notre Dame?
Probably the weather. definitely looking forward to it. You know, it's getting a little colder out here, so definitely the warm weather. But, you know, I'm just looking forward to competing. You know, my teammates, I'm blessed to have the opportunity to go play the game of basketball again. So just going out with my teammates and being able to compete against, you know, TCU and Utah is just going to be exciting.
Okay, you mentioned TCU, Utah. That's going to be really fun.
Yeah.
Let's talk a little bit about what's coming up here in the month of December. I don't want to look too far ahead, but we talked about it briefly, I think, with K-Mac on the show the other day, and I think she's going to get to town for one of these games. Texas on December 5th, and then UConn on the 12th. How excited are you to have those games in South Bend, Coach? I'll start with you.
Yeah, super excited. UConn's already sold out. We're still looking to try to sell out December 5th against Texas. 2 highly ranked teams. Texas is number 3 in the country. UConn is number 2, I think. So bringing that type of caliber programs here is going to be great for the game, and obviously for us. You know, like she said, like, we want to compete. Our non-conference schedule always trying to push us and challenge us early, which is going to help us down the road. So we're excited. It's going to be a great matchup. Great matchups.
Yeah. Now, Madison Brooks at Texas is someone you know well, correct?
Yeah.
Madison Booker.
Yeah, Booker.
Sorry, Madison Booker. Sorry.
Yeah.
Have you been talking to her? Have you been texting her? What's been going on here?
Yeah, I have. I mean, we've been talking since we found out we play each other. Just talking trash, you know, just anticipating us playing each other.
How far back do you guys go? How long have you known her?
I played 17U USA basketball, and then that's when we really clicked. We became best friends back then.
Have you warned her about what it's going to be like to try to come into Purcell with all the fans there?
Oh, absolutely. I tried to recruit her here a little bit, so I told her if she don't come, it's going to be bad for her when we play.
It's a mistake.
Yeah, she knows.
Okay, and then let's talk about the 12th. Anytime I see UConn on the schedule, it just kind of gives me goosebumps. Think about all the great matchups, Coach, that you've been a part of. Yeah. You've now been a part of course, last year at UConn. Just how excited are you for that game? I know there's people here that are going to be in the house for that. Just what's the excitement level when you see UConn on the schedule every year?
Yeah, I mean, that's one of our biggest rivalries. We've had it for the last couple decades, and fortunately I've been a part of it as a player and as an assistant. So always fun, you know, getting those 2 programs together. And they have Paige Becker's back now, so it's going to be an incredible matchup. And we're excited. You know, we're excited. I felt like we came out on the road last year and just really played an amazing game and really competed at a high level. So I'm excited to bring that show back here in front of our fans, because it was sold out. They brought back all of their alums. It was a really, really high-profile game. It's on prime time, you know. So it's just great for the game. We're trying to, I'm trying to grow the game at the same time. So, you know, just the support of women's basketball is awesome, and that matchup is gonna be incredible. One of the best ones of the season. I
felt like last year that was a big game at UConn. You obviously played an incredible game, but you mentioned it was like a big Fox broadcast with Gus Johnson. When you see that, Hannah, the women's game is kind of growing. They're sending the big broadcast teams to the biggest women games, and you're on the floor. What does that mean? I know women's basketball around here I think has been a huge deal for a long time, but now nationally, it seems like it's growing, and you're a big part of it. So what does that feel like when you're in the midst of it all?
Yeah, I think it's definitely just a blessing to be a part of a generation where women are finally getting recognized for their talents and their skills. You know, of course, when I was growing up and I was younger, we weren't getting that recognition, and people were talking down on women's basketball. So now to see it grow and to be a part of this generation is honestly, again, truly a blessing.
Okay, I want to remind people out there, if they have not yet put in a question, scan the QR code. Your question will be eligible to be answered for the men's portion of the show, because I already have the 2 questions for the women's portion of the show, which I'm going to ask you in a second. But even if your question is not answered, you're eligible to win this bag. There's a great bag in here. 2 bags. 1 bag we'll auction off here in a second bag. But I got a question for each of you guys, okay? These are the women's questions. This is first for Coach Ivey. Okay? It's from Susanna. I'm from St. Louis and was wondering who your biggest rival was in high school. And then she said in parentheses, I went to Viz. Does that mean something to you?
Yeah, that makes
good.
sense. Ooh, it was St. Joe's.
St.
St. Joe's High School.
Okay. What do you remember about those days playing in high school back in St. Louis?
Yeah, I mean, I went to a Catholic all-girls school, and it was like one of those Catholic school league rivalries, and just have had it for forever, honestly.
Yeah.
So I just remember those. They was like, we're like 20 minutes away from each other, and they had some really high-level talent. They had a player that actually came to Notre Dame, Molly Pyrick.
Oh, yeah.
With my teammate, and then Kristen Focal, who went to play at Stanford. So they had some collegiate caliber players in their program. So that was our biggest rivalry.
Okay. I like that. Hannah, what's your top high school basketball memory that comes to mind? Or maybe what's the most points you scored in a high school game? I'll ask you that.
The most points I scored, geez, do you know?
In the 40s,
Maybe like 40,
50s? Yeah.
40 something.
Okay. Yeah.
40 something.
All right. I've got a fan question for you as well. Okay, this one's from Sharon. It's for Hannah. Do you have a favorite female basketball player that you looked up to and that inspired you?
I say I didn't really start watching women's basketball until I got a little older, maybe my junior year, I think it was. So I really watched Ari McDonald and kind of her run during the tournament. And so I think just watching her play, she really inspired me for sure. Just her being such a smaller guard and being able to do what she did and lead her team all the way to a national championship. She did come up short, but, you know, just her tenacity and just, you know, how she played was just phenomenal.
Okay. Is there a Notre Dame player? We talked to K-Mac, for instance, the other day, Kayla
Yes.
McBride. Is there a Notre Dame player that is an alum or a former player on the team that you've been in touch with, or you see their game on YouTube that you really look up to? Because I think we were talking about how people look up K-Mac's highlights and they go,
right,
oh,
yeah.
I didn't realize how much of a bucket she really was a decade ago.
Yeah. I think Skylar is somebody that I've always watched. I think it's mostly because Coach Ivey would always say, you remind me so much of Skylar. And so I was like, who is Skylar? Like, who is that? So, you know, just watching her play and kind of seeing how much of a dog she was. And I'm like, man, I could definitely model my game, you know, after her. She plays with so much fire, and it's fun to watch.
That's a good player to model your game after.
Yeah,
okay.
absolutely.
We are going to now draw our winner here. This is somebody that submitted a question. Okay. Should we have them come up and grab their bag? You must be present to win. Just a heads up. Okay. The winner is Kathleen Abrams. Kathleen. Okay, she's around here somewhere. I have a backup winner here that I will announce. Oh, Kathleen's, look at that. That's a good fan. She stuck around and she's won the bag. Kathleen, yes, you have a clear bag coming your way. Courtesy of TireRack.com. Let's clap it up for Kathleen. Okay. Coach, Hannah, thank you so much for stopping by. It was great to have you here in person. I'll see you on the couch in a couple weeks. I'll see you on the court. Keep up the great work.
Yes,
and thanks for coming by Wake Up the Echoes.
Yep.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so
All
much.
right, give it up for Coach Ivey and Hannah Hidalgo. We're going to take a quick break and we'll come back. Okay, we are back with more Wake Up the Echoes live. Let's clap it up. Oh, yeah. Presented by our great friends at TireRack.com. Thanks again to them. They make everything possible. Appreciate all the hard work you guys do. We have some men's basketball now. And before I talk to, let's clap up for men's hoops. Yes! 2-0, averaging 88 points a game. Okay. couple notes here. Do you see the hat that I'm wearing? This is, I think, legitimately one of the coolest hats I've seen come out of Notre Dame in a long time. It is for 5-7-4 Day, which is on February 8th, yes, against Virginia Tech at home. So first of all, we need everyone here to be there. And if you want one of these hats, fightingirish.com/574. It's part of a ticket package. Come to the game, you got a chance to get a hat, and that's where I need you. So I like the hat. Also,
Why is the hat green?
why is the hat green? Oh, because the Irish are wearing green on February 8th. Good call, Coach. Four times this year.
Yeah.
Was that your decision to do it 4 times?
Yes.
I saw the video.
Absolutely. Yes. It was my decision.
You like the green jerseys, Marcus?
I love the green jerseys.
Yeah, I like that we're going to see them more than once this year. It's exciting. Okay, you guys each signed this hat. So if you want a chance to get your hands on the signed Micah Shrewsberry, Markus Burton 574 hat, I promise you, this is as collector's item as there is at Notre Dame. You have to submit a question, which we'll ask at the end, to be eligible for the drawing. I see you, yes. Get that QR code fired up, and we'll do it. Okay, we'll dive into some questions later. We're going to play our game first. You haven't been on the show yet to spin the wheel. This is our Spinning Our Wheels segment. It's presented by TireRack.com. You can see the wheels right here. You're going to give it a spin, Marcus, and we're going to figure out what game we're playing. All right, so spin it. Let's see. See what we got here.
Impersonation.
You know what? We don't have that game. Give it another spin. Same one. Yeah, got to go again. Let's see. No, your teammate. I think... it's on this or that.
Oh, wow. Great roll. Great
It's kind
roll.
of like the green jerseys, right? You pick
Yes.
those. This game just happened randomly. Okay. This or that. It's pretty simple, right? I'll give both you guys the option here to answer this or that, and then we'll kind of, embrace debate and see where we settle on things. But I'll start with Marcus. We'll go to Coach, and then I'll be the tiebreaker if necessary. 9 different this or that's coming your way, Marcus. Here we go. Would you rather beat an opponent by a lot, as you have been so far this year, or beat an opponent on a last-second shot? You make the shot in this case.
Oh, yeah, for sure. That's it. I'm choosing that.
Okay, now, I hesitate to ask Coach because I feel like you'd prefer to win by 25 than 2, but I'll let you answer. What do you think?
I think that question is probably different for player and coach, right? Like, for a player, if the game is close, means he gets to play more, right? So, all those good things go for him. For a coach, if it's close, like, this isn't coming back. I would rather win by 25 so I can just kind of hang out, eat some popcorn on the sideline for the last 10, 15 minutes.
We should have known that would have been a draw. Player wants to get the last-second shot. Coach wants the game to be done under the final media timeout. Okay. Here's a really good one. Practice early in the morning or late at night?
I'm going to practice early in the morning.
Really?
Yes.
Don't need your sleep. You want to get your work in.
Just get it done and over with.
Okay. What about you?
I don't do mornings.
Really?
Yeah, practice late at night for me. I'm a night owl.
This is like oil and water right here. This is interesting. Okay. So what's your ideal practice time? If you could pick any time.
Anytime?
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't do like late at night if I had any time to pick, but I wouldn't do early in the morning either.
Okay. 4?
11, 12, noon.
Oh, you want late morning?
I do late morning.
Okay.
I do late morning.
Okay.
I could still sleep in and have enough time to get practice ready.
I got
And
you.
then you got the rest of your day.
Okay. This is a little tough. We'll see what Marcus says. Big time block or big time 3?
I'll go big time block for sure.
Really?
Yes.
Because it's maybe a little bit more unexpected coming from you.
Yeah, definitely.
So the
Especially for me.
Okay, yeah, because the crowd's going to get hyped.
Yeah.
And they'll be like, oh, I didn't know Marcus had that. Okay. What about you, Coach? Big time 3 or someone comes from the weak side and pins it off the glass? What are you more excited about? It's kind of an offense or defense question.
Yeah, I this and that.
That is not the name of the game. It is this or that. You got to pick.
Oh, wow. I think I had one block my entire career. So I'll probably say big time 3.
Okay, more realistic. break your ankles or break someone's ankles, or get an and one.
Break someone's ankles.
Okay, now let me ask you that you agreeing, right? You say break someone's ankles instead of the and one. Okay, now here's the wrinkle I'm going to throw at you. Break someone's ankles, and then you step back and you miss it off the back of the rim. But you still break his ankles. Or you want the and one?
I'll go N1.
Okay. What are you
Yeah,
saying?
it
gotta
makes
get the
it so
bucket.
much better when you make it, right? Like, this was only for practice consumption, but Grady Eifert broke somebody's ankles in practice. We won't talk about who it was.
Oh, no.
But he missed the shot.
He did miss the shot.
It's just like, everybody forgot about it.
I'm blanking on his name right now. The Wake Forest guy that's the broadcaster. 95, ACC tournament. Josh Childress. Do you know the
Randolph,
Randolph. Josh Childress. Randolph Childress. Do you know the Randolph Childress where he crosses him and he tells the guy to get up?
I've seen it before.
Can you imagine if you missed that? I mean, the highlight would just be lost forever. Yeah. It's so sad. You break someone's ankles, you got to get it to go down. Okay, we talked about this with football. This is a good one. Would you rather have a shoe named after you or an award named after you?
I'll say shoe.
Okay, now that's what the football guy said. I'll hear what Coach says.
I think the award, because if you have an award named after you, it means you've been putting in work for a long time, right?
Yes, that's what I said, because
yeah.
I love the shoe and basketball shoes. I mean, they go hand in hand. But think about if they renamed the Heisman or the Wooden Award. Like, it's now the Burton. Oh, I just won the Burton this year.
Yeah,
oh, my gosh. Can you imagine they were winning the Burton year after year? So
that's
I
pretty
think it's got to be stat. You want to change your – you still want –
Nah, I'm going to keep my answer.
Okay, sticking with shoe. Okay, fair enough. Committed to it. Okay. Would you rather play the first 3 quarters only or just the fourth? And I'm taking out, like, you play the first 3 so well that you don't need to play the fourth. And we're assuming you guys play quarters. So under 10, you're off the floor.
I'll say the last, the fourth quarter for sure.
So you want to play 10 of the final 10 minutes instead of the first 30.
Yes.
What do you think, Coach?
Yeah, in the game. Win the game, in the game.
Okay.
Yeah, that's pretty special right there.
I think you're right. I think you got to be in the last 10.
Be on the bike. Just be over in the bike on the tunnel
Stationary.
for like 30 minutes. They're like, when are they going to put Burton in?
Just a thick lather. Okay, would you rather be the fastest player on the team or jump the highest on the team?
This is no shade to any of my teammates, but I'm already the fastest. So I'll say jump the highest.
Because then you'd have both. Is what you're
Yeah.
saying. I gotcha. That's a good answer.
That's a good answer. Yes. I would take either because I am neither and never was.
Yeah, I think I'd like to jump. I've just never been able to jump. I'm not that fast, but I can't get off the ground. Okay, in your opinion, is it more difficult to play defense on the perimeter or defense on the block?
I say it's harder to play defense on the perimeter.
Okay, why?
Because you have so many explosive guards, better guards out there that's just so good at what they do. And you never know what they're gonna do. But like if you go down in the post, then it's usually something easy. Like a big man is usually gonna try to post you up and just shoot a hook over you. But I feel like guarding on the perimeter is way harder.
What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, we go back to question 5, 6 about the ankle breakers, right? Like, nobody's getting their ankles broken in the post, right? They're just like shoulder, spin move, but like.
Maybe Hakeem broke a few
Hakeem,
ankles. Yeah.
yeah,
But that's
but
it. Once in a generation.
Very rare.
Yeah.
Very rare, yeah.
Okay, this is not so much of this or that. It's our last one, though. It's what sport would you play if you didn't play basketball?
Football.
Okay, position?
Slot receiver.
Slot. Really? Did you play football in high school at all, or youth?
I played in middle school and I got hurt, and my grandma, she was scared for me after that.
Grandma's right here. She is confirming. Good job, Grandma. That's why we got the point guard right here. Thank goodness.
Yes, thank you, Granny. Thank you.
What What about you, Coach? I'm not sure I ever asked you about your other sports of interest because you just tell me all you do is eat, sleep, and drink basketball.
Yeah. I played baseball in high school. I played in college my first year. But if I could do any other sport, I'd do something like off the wall that, like, I don't know, something obscure. Like
Squash?
Like curling or something.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Olympics are in like a year. You could probably.
I'd be the guy like pushing it, like down on the knee, yelling.
And then
like,
yelling.
Left, left, left. No, that'd be me.
You ever gone curling?
I don't know what that is.
That is a perfect note to end on. Great this or that. We're going to take a break and come back with more on Wake Up the Echoes Live. We are back with Wake Up the Echoes Live. Give it up for yourself. This is our final segment of the night. We're with the men's basketball team, Micah Shrewsberry and Markus Burton. This is our Cooler Conversation segment. It's presented by our great friends at Eddy. I got to say also that the best part about the live show is you can have food at the live show. I'm going to talk to Tire Rack actually when we get back and see if we can have food every Monday when we do our show on the couches.
Nice.
Our good friends at Coke hook us up with the drinks, but I haven't seen any food yet. Tire Rack, I know they can pull some strings behind the scenes and hook us up with some food next time, I think.
I approve of that.
Okay, good. It's like the 4 green jerseys. All we need is your stamp of approval and we can do it. I want to talk a little bit of hoops with you guys and start with the big news yesterday, Coach. Recruiting class announced. Amazing work on the recruiting front. One of the best classes in the country, best in Notre Dame history. Just from your standpoint, how excited are you about the class that you signed and ultimately getting them here to campus when they start next year?
Yeah, it's kudos to the guys on staff that put a lot of time into it, and that's Brian Snow, Ryan Owens, Kyle Getter, Mike Fairley, Grady Eifert, Trey Whitted. Like those guys put in a lot of heavy lifting, and for us, like how we recruit here is different, and we have to get really good players and then make them the best that they can be. So we spend a lot of time talking about player development. And then how do you build a great program is you continue to stack really good classes and add them to really good classes. And, it all starts with, getting here and being able to get, you get transfers that Kebajai and Tay Davis that are now older, right? But then the tremendous freshman class, right? You got Indiana's Mr. Basketball sitting there. When other kids from Indiana see that, it's like, man, Mr. Basketball is going to Notre Dame, right? That makes it cool for everybody else to go, right? So, like, Marcus coming to Notre Dame as Mr. Basketball legitimizes Notre Dame basketball as a place where, like, I can go and be special. And I think other people see that and other kids see that. And good players want to play with good players. And, that's a huge selling point for us.
What's that mean to you? I mean, obviously, hearing him say that probably has to make you excited. But when you see the players that you guys have signed now, does it kind of validate a lot of the work you guys have done here to make the program into something where those guys want to come join you?
Oh, yeah, it means a lot. It's like I said, it's real cool. Seeing a lot of good players want to come be able to play at Notre Dame and play for Coach Shrewsberry. But it's real cool, and it just shows that our coaching staff puts in a lot of work recruiting these kids, and not all the kids want to go to the Kentuckys and Dukes and North Carolinas. They want to come to Notre Dame and play basketball, so it's real cool to see.
So I want to also follow up on something he mentioned about being Mr. Basketball in the state, and just, I'm wearing the hat 574. Yeah. Last year I was talking to you about it. I can't remember if I talked to JR about it after, but just the energy in the building for 574 Day last year was incredible. I think it's going to be incredible again this year. Just the basketball scene in the 574, you being from it, just what does it mean to see it, on the hats, being represented at Notre Dame, and what does 574 basketball mean to you?
It means a lot. We got a lot of great basketball players that come from 574. Obviously myself, and you got Demetrius Jackson, Jaden Ivies, Blake Wesley's, all those guys. So it's real cool to see all the fans come out and support us on 574 Day. it's a cool thing to see, and I love the 5-4 for sure.
When you were there coaching last year, to me, it just felt like it was Virginia, right? That was a huge win against Virginia. I just don't think it was a coincidence that you guys played so well in that game because you fed off the crowd. I get the sense like we're hoping for something similar this year, and if we get the crowd, the performance is probably going to match that on February 8th, right?
Yeah, I think just the energy when we got out there to play, and you just feel it. It just felt different. And I've always said it's like cool for me, like as they're announcing our guys and our team, and like I get goosebumps every time when they announce the guys, but when they announce Markus, and there's a little bit of a buzz that creates when he's like, and from right next door in Mishawaka, there's a little bit of a like goosebumps feeling to it, and you can kind of feel the crowd start to pick up and the energy, and on 5-7-4, it just especially means more. It means more every game, but on that day, it like really means a lot.
I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be fun. A couple more questions before we get to our listener questions. Hobbies outside of basketball. What do you do? I ask Coach all the time. All I've gotten out of him is some reality TV between shoot around and tip off, and it's like he watches the challenge. Which I need to season 40, the 4 for 40.
Season 40, Battle of the Airs.
Battle of the Air. I need to get in on that because it's. I heard the names. I'm like, oh my gosh. What do you do away from the court when you're not playing basketball?
I'm a big movies guy. I like watching movies, but like I said, it's hard for me to stay away from basketball. Like I try to stay far away from it as much as possible, but it's hard. But if I could choose a lot of things, they're probably just hanging out with my family, my brothers, and my friends. But I'm a big movies guy. I like watching movies for sure.
Okay, now I got sources all around campus. Okay, do you fish?
Yeah,
okay,
I do.
where do you go fish around here?
I go to Lake Michigan sometimes with my uncles, my cousins, but it's real fun. I like doing it.
Biggest fish you've caught?
I don't remember what the biggest fish is, but it was pretty big.
Okay.
Yeah.
You don't have the weight on? You're supposed to know like the weight so you can go tell someone, I got a 25-pounder out of Lake Michigan. I don't know what's out there, but.
Nah, yeah, I know. It was real big though, but it was super fun. It was my first time catching one.
One more hobby I got from a source. You're playing 2K still?
I used to. I'm not a big video gamer.
You had to give it up?
Yeah, I don't play video games anymore.
Why not?
I feel like I'm too old now.
Really? You have to like to hear that, Coach.
Wow.
That the college guys have given up 2K.
Yeah, I'm 47.
You still hit the sticks?
Every once in a while, I find myself in the basement when I got a little bit of the time playing some college football.
Oh, you're playing the NCAA football game.
I am, yeah.
Who are you? Are you Notre Dame? Are you you're building? You're building up.
I build from the ground up.
Okay.
It's too easy if I was Notre Dame, right? I'm not very good, but I needed a challenge, so I was a mid-major team, and now I've worked my way up
Where
to
are
a
you?
different team. I'm the head coach of the West Virginia Mountaineers right now.
Wow, look at that. There's someone from West Virginia here.
Thank you,
That's
guys.
great.
Yeah.
That's exciting. I'm going to give you my take. I don't know, you probably are too young. 2K has just been stuck. It's been stuck for like a decade. It hasn't gotten any better. And when they went to the right stick shooting,
Yeah.
It's
too hard for you?
No, it's not too hard for me. It's not too hard for me. It's just there's other. I rather play NCAA football. Yeah.
Okay.
There's nothing wrong with just hitting the B button and being allowed to shoot.
Yeah, B, hold
What's
the
wrong
meter
with that?
goes, time it goes in.
Yeah.
The stick, I mean, if I have to watch, another like stretch 4, it's just not, it's no fun. I don't like it. Okay, couple of audience questions before we get to our drawing here as we wrap this one up. This first one is for Markus, okay? And this comes from Randy. He says, we watched you play at Penn a lot. What has been the biggest difference between high school and college basketball?
The biggest difference for me, probably the physicality. High school, I was able to move a lot of the players around because they just weren't as good as I was. But as I got to the college level, you kind of realize how stronger everybody is and how athletic everyone is. So it's a big adjustment, but I feel like I got it now.
Did you feel like you got stronger from last year to this year with a full off-season training?
Yeah, for sure. A lot stronger.
Okay.
I feel like I'm able to guard a lot of players. I'm I'm more confident in myself guarding a lot of bigger players now. So I feel like last year helped me out a lot.
When I talk to a lot of student athletes, it's that first freshman to sophomore year. You just get that full year under your belt, so that makes sense. Okay, Coach, here we go. This is a good one to end on, I think. This is from, I think that's Michaela. What's your favorite quote to fire up or feel inspired? So it's something you're going to tell the team before you run out. I'm going to dip into the bag of quotes, and I'm going to make sure that Markus Burton's ready to run through a wall on 5-7-4 day, no less.
Wow, that's a good question, Michaela. I'm a big Google guy, so I Google most of the quotes
Inspirational quotes
that I come up with or that I talk about. I don't know. This isn't like fire up or feel inspired, but I think the last one that I talked about in practice, I said, how you do anything is how you do everything, right? So
That's a good one.
we're trying to impart life lessons as well as basketball lessons. So I don't even know why I said that. I don't remember the reason.
Do you remember why you said it?
Nah, I do not remember.
I think it was before film. It was before film. I don't know. I had some thought in my mind of what it meant, but I can't remember anymore. But I'm sure at the time it had a great meaning.
Okay, last, I have to follow up on this. Sorry, and then we're going to wrap this up. Do you ever feel like, as a coach, there's too much time for you to have to talk? Like, I watch an NBA game, and there's 9 timeouts maybe. College, you've got 8 timeouts and half. Do you feel like sometimes I have nothing left to say? I've said it all, guys.
No, I can talk. No.
Do you ever want to tell him, like, hey, Coach, we've heard enough?
You can say it. Yes. Yes.
There can be some times where we're in a huddle or a timeout. I'm just like, yo, like, let's just play basketball. We good.
Yeah.
We got it. That's the one I'm waiting on. We got it. All right.
All right, let's give it up for Coach Shrewsberry and Markus Burton. We can do that, and we'll do that right now. Okay, here we go. We are going to do our drawing for our 2 giveaways. Here we go. Okay, this is for the hat. For the hat? Okay, here it is. For the hat. The winner of the hat is Eddy Wabandado. Eddy, you must be present to win. Oh, look at this. Clap it up. Yeah, look at that hat. Congratulations. And then next on the list. Okay, and then the winner of the bag. No. Number 3, John Tia. No. John, is John here? Okay, you got it. Congratulations. A lot of great stuff in there.
Thank you.
All right, one more time. Let's clap it up for our Wake Up the Echoes live guests. Thank you to everyone for coming out. We did it. That's it. Enjoy the rest of the night, everybody. Thanks to all our sponsors, TireRack.com, and go Irish.